So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to import furniture. This room is going to be like a bedroom or a dorm room. So we're going to want to insert some furniture and some decorations and, get some flooring and wall paint on there. So first we're going to start with our floor because we got to make sure we have things to place stuff on. So right here it's kind of gonna be our floor, but we gotta edit it because we probably have that gap right here by the door, and it's just paper thin. There's no thickness. So what we're going to do is click the add tag, and we're gonna be working on the floor next. So what we want to do is double click that surface. That surface shouldn't be in any group or anything, so we should just double click it, and then we're gonna make it a group. For whatever reason, if you don't have this, all you got to do is make a square with our rectangle, or sorry, make a rectangle with our rectangle triangle and this is only if you don't have the floor, clicking this point and then clicking at this point so you can get that surface. Okay, so once you have this in your own group, we're going to want to double click into the group. So it should just be that thin sheet of floor that we have here. Now what we want to do is we're going to get our push and pull tool and we want to push it down in the down direction. We're going to make this about 1 foot tall, and we should be right here. That's what we should have. Now we want it to the extent of the exterior wall. So all you got to do is get your push and pull tool and go through each surface on each side and pull it out. So I'm going to click and then snap it into place. If you hover above the exterior wall, it should snap into that place. See? So then you just want to go to each side and kind of snap it into the exterior wall. Click. Push and pull, select, click. Push and pull, select, click. Okay, so that is our floor. And now we have things to place on, or we have a floor for our items to be placed on top. So again, if you do your little eyeball, turn it off and on, that'll just make sure we did it correctly. Oh, wait, I forgot. We didn't put it in the right tag. So just select your floor. You're going to right click entity info. Entity info should be right here. Make sure you put it in the floor tag. And then you could turn off and on that eyeball. So it should work. Now what we're going to do is add a bed. We'll start with a bed. So you're going to go to your 3D warehouse. You're going to click it. And we're going to type bed. Okay, now here's where we'll get options for all different types of beds. You can go scroll, you can look through them. You have products. You can look at beds in like every little tab, from products, models, collections, and catalogs. They all give you different, I honestly don't understand, but they're all kind of different. So go ahead and pick whatever bed you would like, and then we can place it in our room. So I'm just gonna pick one. Let me find one that I like. I don't like any of them. Mm. It's okay. I can edit it if I want. Okay, I'm just gonna pick this one. If y'all want to go like scrolling through beds, you definitely can. If you like something, you just click the little like button, and then you can always come back to it. You are signed into your SketchUp, so just make sure you're signed in right here, and then you can go to your content, and then you can go look at all your likes. So you can go to your content, you go to your little hearts over here, and then you can see your likes. And again, you got to scroll through these. Oh, they can't even find the bed. Okay, going back to search beds. You really gotta scroll for some good ones. Okay, I'm just gonna pick this one. You just click download and then load this directly into your SketchUp model and click yes. Okay, here's their bed. You just wanna click, I'm gonna click like on top of the floor so it'll go kind of near it at least. Oh, see, this is another item where it gives you that big bounding box. Okay, so what you want to do is move the bed to fit in the room. Okay, so your room is kind of thin. Um, you can put your bed wherever you'd like. You don't have to put it in the location that I put it in. Your bed might be a different size too. Um, so your bed, this is how beds should fit in a room, or at least in a 20 by 10-foot room. You do not make the bed bigger or smaller. This comes imported to scale. So you don't want to mess with the scale because right now it's at a functional scale. This is the how the bed is supposed to look like. So you don't want to mess with a lot of the furniture and their sizes too much unless you're making something new from that item that you imported. So I'm just going to rotate the bed, and again, I'm on my blue axis. I'm going to click and I'm going to rotate around, and then I want to put my bed up against the wall. So you can see how it's not really touching the wall. I'm just going to get my move tool, click, and place it along the wall. So it says that it's on there, and you can see it's on the floor. So if you kind of go under the floor, you can see that's barely touching it, and it's touching the wall. You definitely, so a lot of your beds, you want to make sure that you come look down here, or like anything in general, you want to make sure that your furniture is not floating. It's a common mistake that a lot of people make. So don't have your bed floating. And I definitely want to move it to this side. Um, wow, I don't like that. Okay, I think I want it right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place it right there. I measure and make sure there's enough walking room right here. 2 feet. That's decent walking room. I wouldn't do anything less than that. If not, your bed could also flip the other way. You know what? No, I'll just leave it like this. No, I want it flipping the other way. So again, you could just always flip it. Rotate tool, flip, and then move it. Again, let me go make sure it's not. Well, this doesn't give you much room either. Never mind, Control Z to go back. Because the door has to open, so it's gonna hit the bed. That's why I'm deciding not to do it like that. So we'll just leave it like this. And you can go pick out some furniture. So I'm gonna go pick out some furniture. You can fast forward through this video, or you can see how I place other furniture. I'm gonna do probably a desk and a dresser, and then I'm gonna move on to wall art so I could show you kind of how to place wall art on the walls. I'm gonna switch a desk. Mm, hmm. You could also try different like configurations like desk or computer desk. They're kind of the same thing, but to try other options. I'll just do, they're also not what I was thinking. We will do this one. So you just click download. I don't know what this is, but you can just go ahead and do it. I've never seen this before. And go back to downloading it and download your desk that you want. And then you can place it. I definitely want mine rotated. Probably one on this wall. So notice how you can get like the 4 little crosses on each end. If you do that, it's, you can move it like that, but if you do it like that, then it's kind of easier to like move side to side. So I just want to move it over and then over, probably right there. Then I always go to the bottom to make sure it's against the wall and on the floor. Oops, probably too much into the wall. Take it out. There. So that doesn't go into the walls. And then I am going to want a dresser as well. Um, Probably just do this one. I don't know. Click download. Yes. And then you can rotate it to where you want it to fit for your space. Okay, now these are where things you can start editing it. If you needed to make it shorter for whatever reason, we are going to be using the scale tool. And I don't mean shorter by height, I do mean for like making it shorter. Now, the only reason why this is acceptable is because you're not altering the height for it to be functional. You're just making it shorter. Now look, if I were to make it taller, just by using the scale tool, then your drawers would be excessively big, and that's not functional. So that's why you got to think about what you scale. That some of it shouldn't be done like that. So you can, if you choose to scale, you can use the scale tool. This one will go make it taller. This one out here will make it fatter. And then if you go to the other side, you can make it longer like this, or from either side. If you get like a corner one, it makes it bigger all around. And then if you want a copy of it, Control C to copy and Control V. And put one on either side. And I want to make sure it's centered, so just select your move tool, and I'm going to move it over on that green axis to kind of center it. Then push this one over a tiny bit, just so it's even on both sides. I'm going to go get a chair. You can take chair, you can take desk chair. I'll just get this one, and yes. Oops. Accidentally deleted it. You can re-download it. And I just want to rotate it to fit under the desk properly. And then I'm going to move it along the green axis and then move it along the red axis. And then I'm going to move it over a little bit to the left to center it. Okay, now that I put some furniture in, let's go ahead and start playing with colors and materials. Okay, so you can paint your walls. First, I would just double click into the walls group, because in order to edit something in the group, you need to double click into the group. And we're going to edit the walls, so we have to double click into our walls group that we made. So we have our walls that are in the group. Everything else is kind of like blurred out. And then you can go to your paint tool, and in our paint under materials and under the select, you can go down and you have a bunch of different things that you can choose from, like patterns and colors. I normally just use the colors, but you can paint whatever wall color you would like. I'm probably just gonna stick with like a gray. That's all I ever really do. And you just go and you color each wall. So you want to make sure that that not everything's like selected because when you select it, then whatever's selected, everything will get painted. So, like even the outside, and the outside is not what needs to get painted. It's the inside walls that need to get painted. So, we're going to go ahead and paint our inside walls. And then we can go to the outside and we can put some sort of exterior material, so like brick or stone or siding. So if you go to the stone, oh, ooh, these are bad stones. Those are more like countertop stones. If you go to brick, cladding, and siding, you have all your exterior materials. So we can just pick like a brick um, for the exterior walls. You can do brick, or you could even do siding. And what's cool with the siding is that you can kind of change the color. If you go to the siding and then you select it, you can go to edit. You can go to, well, I guess maybe you can't. Thought you were able to. I'll look into that for you. But anyway, you can do the siding or you can do this, the brick. I'm just going to probably do the siding. And that's for the exterior of the house. Next, we can do the flooring. So you want to double click out of your exterior walls and you want to double click onto our flooring group because in order to edit it, you have to double click into that flooring group. So you're just going to double click onto it and we can go to our flooring options, which would be wood or carpet. Um, I mean, if you want carpet, you can put carpet in here. I'm probably going to pick wood. You can also do tile. There's a couple of tiles in here you can choose from. Um, so I would normally pick wood. Okay, so here's what I don't like. I don't like the wood options because I normally would pick wood and I just don't like the way this personally looks. So what you can do is you can go onto Google and you can type wood plank flooring. Or you can type whatever you want. You can go type carpet, you can go type um, you can go type carpet, you can go type tile, whatever you want on your floor, it can be there. So you're just gonna go to images and then you can see all this wood plank flooring. So what's really important is that when we type wood plank flooring, look at all these options. What we want is we're just looking for a picture of the material. So what's important that you do is you click wood plank flooring seamless, and then it gives you this texture. So it's kind of difficult when you have to pick something because let me try to explain this. And as you apply it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So I would not pick, and I'm not talking about like my personal style or anything. I just wouldn't pick this one because what's going to happen is we're supposed to save this photo and apply it onto our SketchUp model. But if we apply this photo, it's going to show up with this like iStock name, and that's going to be on our flooring. So we don't want to pick anything like that. Another thing is we don't want to pick anything like this. So you see this shadow, and of course the words, obviously we don't want the words on there, but you see how it's like a shadow. Um, Basically what happens is when you put the picture onto the flooring, this is not the entire floor. It obviously scales down. Well, then the pattern repeats of this photo. So when you see this photo, it'll repeat that shadow and it'll obviously look like a photo. It won't look like real flooring. It'll look like a shadow, a picture, Like it'll just look like a square picture. And as you apply these images, you will see. So it takes me about 2 or 3 images to go through just to pick the right material that I want. And of course, I've gotten better at it because I know what to expect. But those are some things that you have to look out for. So this one's really nice. Um, Maybe it's not the best quality photo. Let me try this one. This one looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and try this one for our example. So once you find what you would like, you're going to right click and you're going to save the image as. I'm just going to name it wood plank flooring, and you would save it under your ID. And then you just save it. Okay, now when you want to go add it onto the flooring here, and this is going to be the same for your walls. If you want wallpaper and you know what you want to search for your wallpaper, I mean, it could be a mural, it could be wallpaper, whatever you want, you can go place it on a wall. But you kind of have to understand how it works. So you might want to try it and then you'll be like, okay, that's how it's going to look when you apply it to your wall. Um, but anyways, you're just going to go to the create the material and then wait, what is this? Okay. Yeah. So you go to create material, and what you're going to do is you're going to browse for material image file. So it's this little icon right here. What that'll do is it will take you to the folder. You can go search for your flooring that you saved. So wood plank flooring or whatever you saved. You're going to open it and you can, this is what I don't really like to do. Of course you can do it, but you kind of change the color you see. Oh man, I changed it. I didn't want to change it that much. I'm going to go redo it. Okay, so you can change it. You can go reload it if you didn't like what you did, and you click OK. Now you can go to your home button. You can go to your colors in the model, and then you can see your flooring that you uploaded or your material, whatever you uploaded. And then I want to double click into my flooring so I could change the flooring to the material that I just uploaded, and I can place it. Okay, so that looks like something that I would like. You can see kind of right here, this plank, it has the ending of the photo line and this very dark line, and it also shows right here. So that's kind of where the photo starts to repeat. This one right here. So that's what I'm saying. If there was a shadow in that corner, then you would see the shadow right here and you would see the shadow run along all the way over here. So that's why it's very important that when you pick your materials, you look for seamless materials. And if you just type the word seamless, it's really easy to find one that'll help you out. Okay, I do want to decide I want to paint my door, so I'm going to double click my door. And I'm going to triple click my door. So triple click gets all the lines and it should get the other side as well. Yes, it did. So I'm just going to paint my door. Maybe like a green, but not that green, like a dark. Oh, I forgot. I didn't know how to check that. There has to be a way to edit colors. Hold on. Okay, I figured it out. So you just got to paint your door first. And then you can go to the edit and then it'll allow you to edit, I guess, on that specific thing. Because I want a super dark green. I want it darker. There you go. Okay, that's what I wanted, a dark green. That looks good. And that's my materials. So I will come back and this is going to be a part two. I'm not done with the video. But on the next video, I'll go ahead and explain how to place more objects in the room and how to edit like materials on this. So you could also edit the materials that you imported from your warehouse. Um, so that will be on the next video, along with dimensions and finalizing your model. Make sure that you save your model wherever you're at. You save it under your ID and you save.